Join me here on the London Overground today. We're here at Richmond, platform 4. We're going to go for a ride up to Harrow and Wealdstone, do a bit of spotting. So join me as we ride a few TfL lines and do a British Rail adventure. I'm your presenter Aaron, and should we get going?
For the first part of our journey today, it takes us all the way from Richmond up to Wealdstone Junction on the London Overground. Now for today's journeys, we are using a Zone 1 to 6 day ticket, which can be purchased at any TfL ticket office or ticket machine. Alternatively, you can use your Oyster card, and there are other options available like tap on, tap off, similar to sort of what the buses have back in Bournemouth, but here it's with TfL. Now the stop we were using today was one of the London Overground, I believe it was the 375 we were travelling on. This took us, like I said, from Richmond to Wealdstone Junction, where we will change for the Bakerloo Line up to South Kensington, and then later on we'll head up to Harrow and Wealdstone. Now with this part of the line there are a lot of other bits that use it, so freight use it to get from the West Coast Mainline down to the Great Western Mainline, but it's a nice little journey and looks like we're about to get off. Here at South Kensington Station we are on both the Bakerloo Line and the London Overground line, which goes up to Watford Junction, whereas the Bakerloo Line only goes as far as Harrow and Wealdstone. You get a really nice view of the West Coast Main Line here, so it's quite good for train spotting. Just make sure you time it right, because there are chances you can get blocked by other trains coming in, specifically like here with the 710 coming in and with the 1972 stock on the Bakerloo Line. Just bear in mind that TfL drivers may or may not like being filmed, so if they ask you to stop filming, obviously please respect their wishes. Just try to be as respectful as you can while train spotting. Just be in mind there are other people that are just trying to get to work or go to their other places. Make sure you stand behind the yellow lines, and if anything happens, just make sure to act responsibly and try not to distract the drivers of the trains, as they have a very important job to do. But that's just some of my do's and don'ts of train spotting. Nice shot here of a Avanti West Coast 390 coming along and another 1970 tube stock just arriving. Now the 72 stock are the oldest tube stock on the network still running. Before that it was the 38 stock that were running on the Island Line before they got placed by ex-District Line stock, which are now the 483s. But these old Bakerloo Line trains are absolutely brilliant. They still run up and down the line daily, but yeah, they're just a delight to ride on. Now with the West Coast Main Line, services along here typically come from London Euston and can travel anywhere to Birmingham, Milton Keynes, Blackpool, Glasgow, Crewe. There's honestly so much you can see here. There's a good mixture of freight and fast services. The odd diesel comes through here with the Avanti West Coast Voyagers, which you'll probably see in a bit. But I'll leave you with this nice shot of a 350 coming up alongside a 72 stock.
So here up at Harrow and Wealdstone Station, We did a bit of spotting up at South Kenton on the Bakerloo and Overground line. We came up on the 1972 tube stop, and behind the camera now is class 710, number 710-272 coming in towards Euston, and there's a Bakerloo Line train that's just gone into the sidings. Now we're not going to spend too long here at Harrow and Wealdstone. We will head off and do some East Coast Mainline spotting, hopefully up at Finsbury Park, because I'm really hoping to get a shot of the 91s. There's one that I really want to see. It's number 91-111, which is the fallen liveried one. But anyways, I'll let you guys enjoy the trains, and we'll see you at the next station. Opened on July 20th in 1837 by the London and Birmingham Railway, Harrow and Wealdstone Station is the first major calling point after London Euston on the West Coast Main Line, with the slow stopping and semi-fast services stopping here for what is now London North Western Railway, with the Vanity West Coast services passing through. You do also get the occasional southern train going through from Watford Junction down towards Croydon. The London Overground also serves here, as well as the Bakerloo Line on the London Underground. Now the station does currently only have 6 platforms. It did have 7, with one now being disused. The platform we're on and the platform adjacent are used for the stopping trains, with middle platforms being used as fast lines, and the first 2 platforms on the other side of the station being used for the London Overground and Underground. Another notable piece for Harrow and Wealdstone. It's a bit more sombre, but I feel it needs addressing as it is part of the history of the station, and that happened in 1952 on the 9th of October the 8th, which was the infamous Harrow and Wealdstone crash. Now this was the biggest crash in peacetime involving British Railways. I'm not going to include the death toll or anything like that, because it's something I don't really want to touch on, but if you do want to find out more information, I'll provide affiliate links in the description below. But there's enough facts about the station. We'll watch a few more trains before we head off to Finsbury Park. So we've gone from the West Coast Main Line to the East Coast Main Line, as we're standing here on platform 10 at London King's Cross. We've got class 387 from Great Northern just behind me. We're going to go one stop up to Finsbury Park, and we're going to spot a couple of a bit of 91 action. As you'll see coming on screen now, the class 801 Azuma pulling into the platform. I think this is the train from Edinburgh. But yeah, now we're going to go and hop on our train and see you at Finsbury Park. Opened on the 14th of October 1852 by the Great Northern Railway, London King's Cross Station has gained fame, fanfare, and has seen a lot of changes on the railway network. Its original opening saw it have steam expresses flying up the newly built East Coast Main Line. Before the grouping era, we had the LNER, and their most prestigious trains, including the world famous Flying Scotsman, ran out of here, and the record-breaking Mallard also ran from here. And you went into the nationalisation period, where we had British Railways, which introduced the Napier Deltics, along with the HSTs, and then eventually going into privatisation, we now have the 91s, and now the original operator LNER seems to be back in a new form, which is run by the Department for Transport. You also have Grand Central, Genova Thameslink, and Great Northern running out to King's Cross, as well as Lumo and the occasional Hull train service. Now, there's also another very bit of famous pop culture that is associated with King's Cross.
platform 9 to 10 and some of the arches on the rest of the platforms were immortalised in the Harry Potter books and film series for platform 9 3/4. And if you come here on the 1st of September, if you don't mind the crowds, you can look up on the screens and see the Hogwarts Express display arrive. Now that's all I've got so far. We will dive a bit more into the history of King's Cross on a full journey out of this station, but for now, enjoy the 91 pull-in. We'll see you at Finsbury Park.
Hadley Wood, Potter's Bar, Brookman's Park, Welham Green, Hatfield, and Welwyn Garden City. Due to short platforms, passengers for Haringey, Hornsey, and Brookman's Park should board the front 5 coaches.
Being named after one of the oldest parks in London, Finsbury Park was also opened by the Great Northern Railway, but this time this station was opened on the 1st of July 1861. And much like Harrow and Wealdstone, it does have multiple platforms where you have slow trains on either side and fast trains running down the middle. There is also a tube station here. We are currently in Fare Zone 2. The services here are by Great Northern, Genova Thameslink, and the LNER, Lumo and Grand Central ones do pass through on the fast lines. And on the screen now you see the Class 66 by GBRF heading off somewhere else. Now approaching the camera is one of the trains I've been wanting to spot for a while and hopefully ride on again soon, is the British Railways Class 91. As seen here in the LNER version of the old Intercity Swallow livery, or executive, as it doesn't have the swallow. This train was just coming light from King's Cross and is actually the one you saw earlier, pulling in with its driving band trailer Class 82 at the front. It's now going off into the sidings where it will be stabled until it's required for another train. But as this train goes past, I'll give a sneak peek into one of the future episodes. We are hoping to ride this up the East Coast Mainline at some point, but not sure when it will be happening, just hopefully before these trains are replaced by the new tri-mode units being built currently by CAF. But as this pulls away, we'll go and have a look at the other trains and again just enjoy the rails and enjoy the train spotting.
Speed it up slightly.
Finally, we make it back to Richmond on a South Western Railway Class 455, which is absolutely rammed because I forgot there was strike action on the South Western Railway network that day, the day we were filming. But I hope you have enjoyed this episode of British Rail Adventures. If you did enjoy what you saw, make sure to check out the playlist. And I'll see you next time as we go on one more British Rail Adventures. Bye for now.